Hello, everyone. I had to restart this live stream because I'll turn this on. The picture on the phone was turned vertical, even though I had my phone horizontal for basically the whole setup of this video. So I didn't realize how quickly a month went by. It's already November 26th. And let me see if I can get this phone in a better position. It's not blocked by the steering wheel. Yeah. 5 people here already. Uh, Today went by fine. I didn't sleep that great. I didn't sleep bad. It just I woke up too early and then I had to go to the bathroom and I went in my Powerade bottle. And then I couldn't fall back asleep and I was so excited sort of do stuff. I did a bunch of stuff on my phone, checking messages, checking the news about the horrible things going on at the Mexican-U.S. border where U.S. soldiers are firing tear gas and a bunch of racists across the country, seemingly ordinary people totally support it and say, well, why are they coming here? What's the dilemma? Well, I don't understand. Why is there a need to question why are they coming here? They're people. They're human beings. They can move if they want. They can move freely. Who cares? Nobody, you don't ever expect people to demand of you, well, why are you moving here? Why are you going to this city? You don't need to be here. Why'd you park your car here? Why'd you go to this restaurant? Why'd you go to this grocery store? You don't need to be here. They're looking for reasons to stop people from moving and being able to live with some dignity. And the only reason that it comes down to, you can isolate, is their brown skin, they speak a language other than English, and they're from another country. That's it. Although the from another country part doesn't really count too much to them because they'd be happy to do that to dark-skinned people who speak a language other than English within America. 12 people here already. Doing well, thanks. Yeah, I saw that a spacecraft landed on Mars. That's pretty cool. Click the like button. Get YouTube to put this video at the top of people's recommendations. And I realized today, well, I went to the gym, showered and everything, exercise. It was raining like hell when I woke up, but it was kind of nice. 2 reasons. One, it's just kind of nice, the noise. I don't mind it, the rain. It was heavy rain coming. The other is it kind of can make you more secure in that less crime or like violent crime happens when it's colder out. That's just a fact. We portray criminals as these like, single-minded villains in movies, but a lot of them is just crimes of opportunity. And when it's raining and it's cold, people are less likely to be out and try and break into your car because they're like, screw it, it's not worth it. It's miserable out. So it's kind of nice. It feels like a nice protection because I'm always watching for that. I'm always, alert to like the fact that if somebody comes too close to the car, I'm not going to pretend to just, be nice or whatever, or like, oh no, I can't fight. Like I'm, ready to, if I have to film, fight them, call 911. I'd rather at all costs, avoid a fight, avoid a confrontation because you don't want to fight anyone unnecessarily. Always better to de-escalate. So first, let them, know, hey, I'm not someone to be pushed around. Just walk away. That's the best result. But anyways, no one's done that. Hi, Tarola. Or Harola. I read the T in your last name and then I switched it onto the first name. Click the like button, everybody. 14 people here. Come on, do your due diligence. Who cares? I don't care about the likes, but YouTube needs it to signify to them that this is a video they should share and put at the top of people's recommendations while I'm live. Give a little insight into what it's like living in my car. Because now it's almost getting boring. Like the routine is so predictable. So I want to figure out what else I can do, what I can change. Oh, I've been in my car most of the day. Saving good money now. So maybe, soon I'll go to Aldi, grocery store. I did get some stuff at Walmart. Oh, I only spent like 13 bucks there, so that's really good. Got a huge box of Cheerios because I realized the other night I was eating so little that I was feeling like I was getting the flu. And I thought I was doing myself a favor by not eating, but I realized I have to eat. So I got something at work to eat. And then since then, I forgot I got some canned fish too. So I should eat that before I get out of here. And I realized I got to keep eating, and I'm still saving a ton of money. Even if I spent as much as $30 every other day, I would still be saving. Think about it. That's 30 times 15, $450 a month saving right there. And I'm not even spending, well, it might be averaging out to kind of that. I don't know, because, not only I'll buy food, but then, no, it's not averaging out to that. I think it's less than that because I'm not spending that much each day. And then the big thing really, I'm spending on gas once in a while. So, gas expensive. The cheapest I can find it around here is around $2.50. Some gas stations go on as long as $2.90. Parents are fine. My mom's being difficult as usual. And by difficult, I mean just yelling at me for lots of stuff. I came over the other day. She wanted, she said she was going to call me yesterday. She never did, about coming over today to help my dad out. So obviously she must not have needed my help. But I said, really, you want me to be here alone in the house with dad? I said, what happened the last time I did that? Help dad. And she was like, oh, Angelo, fine. And she walked away. The answer is my brother attacked me while I was helping my dad. She wants to ignore it. So I was bringing it up. Well, what happened last time? I don't get, why is Michael still in the house? So then apparently she didn't need help after that. So anyways, I'm trying to figure out maybe some kind of new routine or I don't know what you're talking about, Kyle. Backlick Park? Trying to figure out some new routine. I shouldn't even repeat comments. I don't understand what they're saying. I'm saying something inappropriate or whatever. But I'm trying to figure out, something else I can do. The problem is I just can't spend much money. I even want to make sure, let me turn my engine on, make sure it's running, because today my car took a little bit time to start. I don't think it's a battery, because this light barely uses any power. I could run a flashlight that'll run something like this for an hour. Car battery is a lot has a lot bigger charge than that. That was my dash cam talking. Anyways, I got to figure out something else new. I still don't know what you're talking about, Kyle, because I don't hang out at Backlick Park, or what are you talking about? My mom's place? First of all, my mom doesn't live anywhere around there. Second of all, are you trying to bring up my mom's address on video? Because I'll just kick you out of here. Anyways, want to find some new routine. I just don't want to spend much money. It's important to save money right now. So I got to find something that's a little more interesting for me to do. I mean, I'm glad to, study. My Spanish is steadily improving. It can be frustrating thinking, I'm not learning as fast as I need to. But you never notice in the moment how much you're learning. So you got to, keep at it. It's very steady, very slow, repeat stuff. But then it's like in the moment, it never really improves. It's the next day when I notice that I can speak it much more clearly and much better. So good for you. Got a lot of money, Android Miller. Why don't I get a battery controlled shortwave radio? Why would I? Well, I know Report of the Week broadcasts on that. But if I have a cell phone, that's kind of good enough, right? I don't spend much time taking in entering. I thought I'd somehow maybe have more time without taking care of stuff at home, but I'm always kind of doing something. So I want to read my book on acting I got from Meisner. I think it's called On Acting, behind me here. And I want to keep studying Spanish. I have these Spanish newspapers, El Tiempo Latino, that I've been studying. That's a big help. I write out all the words, and it especially helps if it's something like a subject that's kind of relatable. In other words, stuff about politics, it seems like in a way a lot of the words I'm not really going to use day to day, but there was one about a fashion show around here. I'm like, that's good, because I learned words for garments, for different dyes, for different fabrics, runway, leather, cuero is a word for leather. I think. And that stuff, it's just easily relatable because it's stuff I can see all the time. I was reading one about that dipshit John. No, no, no. Yeah, John Bolton or Michael Bolton. Right, John Bolton. I can't remember his name now. The lunatic warmonger who wants to invade half the world, and wants to invade Iran, Venezuela, uh, and he was all for invading Iraq before, and he's in the Trump administration. And an article about him calling Venezuela and two other countries a troika of terror. I almost said troika, like the Spanish pronunciation. A lot of the words there I don't really have common use for, and also they're kind of they're concepts and ideas, but they're good to know as well. My mom, yeah, she does bake a lot during the holidays. I don't eat a lot. I never liked Thanksgiving or Christmas meals because I couldn't stand eating much. I would always finish my meal in a couple minutes and then wait for everyone else to finish it. And I hated eating with my family in the first place. It was always uncomfortable. I don't believe families should have to do that with each other. And I would just wait for everyone else, and sure enough, my mom would always be annoyed with me for not eating much, but it's like, well, I don't eat more today than any other day. What am I supposed to do? And a lot of the food I just don't like. I didn't like. Now I can eat it more because it's like when you're older, you lose less interest in stuff that tastes sweet. Like now I don't even care about eating sweet stuff. And I'll eat stuff that doesn't taste great just because it's healthy. But back then I couldn't appreciate it or care, so I didn't want to bother. And that's it. I wasn't going to stuff myself. I'll turn on the heat a little bit. I don't understand why she even cooks for holidays in the first place. Like, who cares about holidays? But I know, that's other people. They care about that. They're all into that. Nothing important to me. I was reading the news today about soldiers at the Mexican border firing tear gas at asylum seekers. Disgusting. It's a war crime. Firing into Mexican territory and at civilians. Any soldier who was to do that and didn't immediately quit on the spot and wasn't willing to go to jail or be court-martialed over it is a monster. And it's disgusting, and they deserve to have their names spread out, and we should all know who they are if they're willing to do that to people. What threat do those Hondurans and the other people who were traveling on foot thousands of miles pose to the U.S. Constitution? Because that's what they swore to defend, the U.S. Constitution, from enemies domestic and foreign. Absolutely nothing. But people believe racist propaganda and question, well, why do they need to be here? Why do they need to travel? Hey, you can start right here. Why do you need to travel anywhere? You don't have to go places if people want to say, well, if you think if you're a dark-skinned immigrant, you shouldn't be able to travel. How about we let you live by the same rules and just start dividing up pieces of the country and within America and saying, well, you can't travel where you want. You have to apply. Wait your turn. Come on, please. These are the rules. Follow the rules. Don't start a mob. Follow the rules. Wait 10 years. Wait your turn to travel. Yeah, oddly, then they'd be screaming about it just like how they do when they Christmas on their coffee cups. But they think it's reasonable to have to wait 10, 15 years to be able to escape sometimes certain death in countries that America brought that death to. They brought death squads and gangs and drug cartels and dictators and repressive regimes. What's that have to do with today? We're still doing that. Anyways. So, being in my car, it's been pretty simple now. The main thing is, gotta stay active, got to save money. I mean, it's kind of discouraging how little I'm really saving. I am saving, but then, it's like my cell phone bill goes out, my car insurance bill goes out. Little things just add up. Paying for gas. Soon I'm going to have to get a little work done on my car, get an oil change. All those things, they're significant. At least, I have the comfort of being able to pay for them. But, it's slow going. It's going to be slow progress. So I might be in my car for a while. And it's weird. Some days I sleep real well, then other days I don't. Today I didn't, but I was like, just get up, just get over it. Just go on with my day. Don't worry about it. And I do have my fish here. I got herring and sardines. I won't eat on video. The sardines go. I don't know, they're in another bag. Got my peanut butter. The big thing, oh yeah, my nutrition too. What the hell, some robocall is trying to call me. Screw you, man. Uh-oh, phone's getting hot. I know what I gotta do. So I got the heat going. Oh, on the, hold on, I gotta unplug this, take the case off. Then, even though it's somewhat cool out, let the air conditioning run to cool down my phone, so it's going to get a little noisy. But I had the vent running, I had the defrost running. Sorry, my finger's huge there. And to cool, warm up the car. But even though it's running from the vents in the front, on the dashboard, it's still kind of heated up my phone. So now, I don't want the heat running. I got to get the air conditioning going, cool down my phone a little bit. Blackberries are kind of a pain. Vesternor says, why are you living in my car? Look up the video I did at the end of October, towards the end of October, saying why Ron Perlman motivated me to move out. So look into that, and then, it's I know the videos are long, but that one's a shorter one. It's like 17 or 19 minutes or something. But then the rest are so long, these live streams, where I go into more detail. The short reason is it was too expensive to live. Rent around Northern Virginia, the DC area, is too expensive because we have a system of corporate governance, and people can barely get by, and we don't have affordable housing. And so I'm protesting that while also trying to... All right, there, now video came back. It froze. No, I haven't seen The Nun. Heard it wasn't that great. I like the Conjuring movies, though. And I like the actress that plays the nun. She seems real creepy. That character, that face is so creepy, but I don't know. I heard it wasn't great. Maybe I'd be interested in seeing it because that is a scary character. That character was scary in The Conjuring 2. And it's, I don't get scared easily during horror movies, so that was nice to experience. Let's see, is my phone cooling down yet? Yeah. Oh, damn spam callers left a voicemail too. I wish there was a way to block them from even doing that. Man, I hate that shit. I recommend, by the way, so if you can do it, I kind of recommend living in your car. Just be a little more prepared than I was. Then again, how prepared can you be? It's like, how much can you know about what you have to do? It's like every little thing can be unexpected living in your car. But big thing is, I could say, just have, if you're living in your car and you decide to save money on rent, first of all, have several blankets and a pillow. That should go without saying. But have groceries that you can eat in your car, so you're not spending money out on food every day. You think it works out to average, it's like averages out that you're saving money on rent, but it's so much more expensive. Not so much more expensive, but it's just so damn expensive. It's a very bad idea. I mean, unless you're making a ton of money, in which case, move somewhere cheaper. That's what I'm going to do eventually. I'm just not going to live around. I don't want to support this system around here that's so exploitative. I want to move somewhere that's cheaper. Because even if I had millions of dollars, why would I continue to pay money into an area that's going to help prop up housing prices so that the poorest people here and the most vulnerable can still barely afford it, and I'm going to be helping making their property values go higher? So I can't do that. I can't do that while knowing that they're going through that, and this is a cause that's important to me. So screw that. And more people should leave. Go to cheaper areas. Screw this areas. Again, click the like button. Helps YouTube put this video at the top of people's recommendations. Tonight, what am I going to do? Because the library is not going to be open too much longer. It's going to be open probably another 3 hours or so. Depends which library I want to go to. Different ones have different, quality. Some, they're not as spacious. Some, they're more busy. They may be more spacious, but more busy. So I'll see. Also, I found a good place to go to. I didn't realize this Dunkin' Donuts. It's like a cafe inside now. So yesterday, I went and got a $3 egg sandwich, egg white sandwich, and immediately went to the bathroom. Before I even could eat much of that, I had to go take a dump. And the bathroom was luxurious. It was so big, private, and they're, all gender bathrooms, so it's like just one person in there. And so I went in there. I forgot to lock the door. Oh, thank goodness nobody tried walking in. And it smelled nice. It was clean. The toilet paper ran freely. Some places it's like, I literally, one place the other day, I had to just pull the case open and get the toilet paper out because it was so difficult to try and pull it out of there. And it was so thin too, but the toilet paper was nice, soft, it smelled good. Sat down in there, the place was clean, the guys who worked there were nice, and they had power outlets next to every table. So I was able to charge my phone for a while too, which is another you need when you live in your car, and study Spanish, although it was very slowly. I don't know what that was about. And their Wi-Fi was crappy, it sucked. I couldn't even barely get it working, and then my cell phone signal wasn't good in there anyway, so that was fine, I guess, because I was being distracted by my phone while I should have been studying my Spanish. But Dunkin' Donuts is a good place to hang out, and you can spend less money than Starbucks or wherever. There's not many bookstores anymore where you can go. Like I used to go to bookstores with a friend who's just a wild man. He's a maniac of a guy. And at least one of those closed down where we used to go. But, now it's just kind of a routine. Simple enough. I slept in the freezing cold the other night. Wasn't a big deal. Didn't have a problem. I'll turn this off now. Hey, that's a good feature. At least while it disconnects, it automatically tries to reconnect. I don't have to restart the stream. And soap in a bathroom. Yeah, Wi-Fi at McDonald's is better. But bathrooms, it's funny. I didn't realize, you can have a little container. You can have a little container for your bar of soap if you use. Don't bother. In a shower, like if you're showering at the gym, just get body wash. Although they have body wash at a lot of gyms, I guess. But sometimes they don't always replace it either. I was kind of annoyed. This one place I told them 2 days in a row it was out. They told me they'd replace it. They didn't. So it's like, screw it. I just got my own body wash in case I ever need it. Because I gave up trying to tell them. And, the other thing, just be careful driving on the road, because now I'm driving a lot more. And, be a defensive driver. People drive so aggressively, so dangerously. People, haul ass on city streets, and they can be, half a mile down the road and then right up on you because you're not going fast enough, or you're changing lanes and they're like half a mile away, and then they come up to you, or people turn corners aggressively or block intersections. You just have to be defensive. Don't put time before safety. Don't try and run yellow lights if you don't have to, because then you're prioritizing speed over your ability to respond to new conditions on the road. So that's another thing. Just be really cautious driving. It sucks. I'll be so glad when we have either driverless cars or more public transportation, or cities that don't require cars. Why not that? Why not have places where people can manage to live, get around without cars, save a ton in all kinds of costs and pollution. But I do need to sleep somewhere, so that's a big thing cars convenient for. Panera Bread's good, yeah. I should try and go there. Maybe I'd go to the one tonight, because I'm not sure how late they're open. Just the thing is, they are kind of expensive. But yeah, I might. Why not? Because I don't want to go to Starbucks. I was never into Starbucks, never that into coffee, and Panera would be fine again. I just don't want to spend much money. But hey, even if like yesterday I spent $3 at Dunkin' Donuts, big deal. Fine with me, like not a problem. That's right. Yeah, I heard about that in the news. It's bad stuff with Ukraine and Russia. Really bad all around. Yeah, and Russia took like 24 Ukrainian sailors and are keeping them now. They're not just keeping, they're like prisoners, I guess. So that's really bad because apparently uh, waters that Ukrainian ships used to navigate, I don't know if this news report was entirely true. I heard it on WTOP, the news radio around here, that Ukrainian ships used to go through this area no problem. Now Russia says it's their seas, and they stopped these Ukrainian ships. I'm gonna eat a little Cheerios. Just gotta eat healthy. I got the big family-sized box, so it's cheap and like basically no sugar in it. 1 gram of sugar per serving, so that's real good. And it's got a bunch of vitamins. I took my multivitamin today and fish oil pill, even though I also heard on WTOP fish oil pills don't help you, or at least they don't prevent heart disease. They said they don't hurt, so I have a bottle of them. May as well finish them, as long as they don't hurt. Well, they may have taken those ships too. I don't remember the details. And Cheerios are nice because they're not like a flaky cereal that falls everywhere. It's real important that I always eat something because it's so easy for me to not eat. I wish I never had to eat. What a hassle. All ends up in the toilet anyways. So now, while I'm saving money, I gotta figure out what else I want to do that's interesting. Definitely one thing that'll be really nice to have, because something I miss doing, is having a laptop to be able to edit videos. That's why I'm doing so many live. It's just easy. Because I can shoot stuff on my phone, but it's basically got to be one take and then just put it up. I want to be able to shoot stuff, put stuff together. And also it would be nice to have a laptop in general just to browse the internet a little bit. It is awkward browsing the internet on your phone. Yes, I am homeless. Somebody asked, am I really homeless or is this an experiment? No, I am. Look at the towel. This is what I showered with today. Can't really see it. Blankets in the back seat. Been homeless since October 31st. %, air if you don't count the air. Oop. But definitely I should go back to Aldi and get some groceries. That'd be cool. Figure out some other stuff to get, because I can get stuff that'll last in the trunk of the car. Even though it's getting kind of warm during the day though, so I don't want to risk, like meat. So if I do get something like meat, I do want to cut consumption, for all the aspects, the ethical, the cruelty aspect, and the pollution aspect. But also, I just need something with a lot of calories, and it's just hard eating all the time, like pears, water. That does, but it doesn't. I get lightheaded if I don't eat something actually big. Maybe I could get a bag of like lettuce or something, because I could just eat that by hand, because I do need to eat greens. That. Also, McDonald's has $1 oatmeal or something. It's too much. I mean, $3 used to buy me a fucking like jar of oatmeal. Now it's just one little cup. But hey, at least the oatmeal's healthy, and they got a bunch of fruit in it too, and apple slices, like not dried cranberries, but yeah, dried cranberries, I guess, too. So that's good. That's kind of how I would eat my. So for $3, yeah, sit down there and just eat. Some McDonald's, here's another thing I realized. They are so loud. I don't mean the people there. I mean the kitchen. There's noises and beeps that are ear piercing, and it's so uncomfortable to hear. I'm homeless by choice, but I was forced into it. That's how I describe it. Like, I was forced because I was seriously having a very difficult time trying to afford paying my rent, and realized I'm only going to go more broke every month. And this is ridiculous, and I hated living where I was. The place was nice. I just realized I don't need it. I don't need this comfort. I don't need to sink tens of thousands of dollars into this home just to have a place to sleep and to be confined to it because I couldn't afford to go anywhere else. And I hated my roommates. They were so fucking noisy, and they'd love to party, play loud music, sing like sick animals. Like, oh! Oh! They were like children. And have their friends over, have their fucking unemployed boyfriend over for like a year, sitting outside my room. So why pay for all that? And then I left, and I don't get anything from that. All I got was my deposit back. And I did get my deposit back. I did get bread, and Aldi has $2 like loaves of bread, or $2.50 or something real nice. Oh, I'm so glad I can get cheap loaves of bread. So glad I can get cheap loaves of bread. Never going to, you know, Safeway or Harris Teeter if I can help it again, or Giant, or anywhere. I don't like Giant at all. Giant's expensive. Yeah, my mom's worried, but I told her, if you don't complain about it, don't tell me about it, because you kicked me out. When my brother attacked me and I got him arrested while I was taking care of my then bedridden dad, you kicked me out for getting him arrested. I left that day. So don't even complain. If you have a complaint, kick my racist brother out, because he's a big racist, NRA member. He's a chauvinist. He's violent, got a history of domestic violence. And then I'll stay there for a few months. Even then, I wouldn't really want to. I actually prefer just living in my car. It's so much less, you know, attachments, so much less to deal with. I wouldn't really want to live with my my parents, or all I would try and do is just sleep there and that's it, and go during the day. But even then, I wouldn't particularly want to do that because now I have my independence. Video froze. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're reconnected. What was I saying? Oh yeah, at least I can make videos calling attention to the problems of high-priced housing in the area. It wouldn't be that valid to do it while living at my parents' house. I mean, it would, but it wouldn't be as interesting. It wouldn't be as compelling. Why bother? But like I said, that's her. She doesn't have a conscience about, you know, leaving my brother in the house. So, you know, I don't need to. I don't need to be there, even if she would let me. She said, "Oh, when we have more room, you will, whatever." But not going to do it. Yeah, Yash, if you want to victim blame, we got enough of those in the world. So, what the hell? Yeah, we know what victim blamers are like, Yash. Oh, it's a story you tell yourself. Well, the judge saw the whole story on video. I had video of it. So you can make up whatever reason you need for blaming someone who was attacked by someone else for, and what am I like trying to comfort myself about? I'm fine. I won. I don't have a problem. I kept my dignity and my conscience. Oh no, you're actually not well, Angelo. This is a big problem. Hey, I kept my dignity. I didn't succumb to blaming immigrants for problems like my brother seems to, or blaming black people for their own deaths by police hands. And he does. What's the problem? Some people value their conscience. Some people value what's easy. particularly when you're a commenter on the internet and there's nothing at stake for you. Whoa. All right. Done eating that. I gotta get more yogurt too. I did run out of that yogurt, man. They got it at $2 at Aldi, and what I'm so glad, it's for some reason it's so damn hard to find low sugar yogurt. I'm not trying to eat unhealthy, so Aldi has like no sugar yogurt. That's great. Every other grocery store I go to, it says, you know, skim, 0% fat, low fat, or whatever, and it's still got a bunch of sugar in it. What the hell? If it's not going to taste sweet at all, don't even bother with the sugar. It's already bitter. And a lot of stuff, it's sweet already with a little sugar, and they add a ton because it gets you hooked on it and gets you feeling like you're never full. So you just want more and more of it. Hey, Bebe Ramirez. Bebe Ramirez. I think I'm going to wrap up here soon because I do have to go to the bathroom. And then I got to figure out, I got to look up places to go or something. I got to sit down somewhere and just think, what's another, you know, area I can go to? Area. Because it gets a little, you know, a little dull, a little boring. And then when it gets dull and boring, it can feel kind of stifling and what else was the word? It get a little discouraging when you feel like nothing's changing. And I don't want to be like that, you know, look around and say, well, nothing's changed from last month. No, it has. I mean, hey, who thought I'd be doing this? I thought for sure I would not have to actually live in my car. I thought for sure people would come to my aid, which people have, but I'm not really taking some offers I've gotten either. Well, I can't take up, they're too far away. Some just not really interested in pursuing right now. Like another one, the Hell House, that this place is, the basement was, man, it was bad. It was so scary to be in cat shit in there, smelled horrible. I'm worried more about my blood system and like my lungs in there, breathing in all that shitty air. And like, or you know, some people not exactly available. So I thought for sure I'd be in a house because I'm like, there's no way I'll live in my car. And then sure enough, had to live in my car. So nothing. I was like, where'd that car go? The car just disappeared, just turned another direction. So I ended up doing this. Who knew? There's another YouTuber I found out about living in her car, Katie Carney. She's blowing up on YouTube. She's lived in her car for a while, and I was so shocked watching her. This is a couple months ago, like last summer, because I'm like, she lives in her car by choice? Like, I couldn't understand that. I'm like, what's the benefit? What's the upside? She actually likes doing it. Shocked to thinking that anyone would ever do that to go back good. All right. Shocked that anybody could live in their car to now realizing, oh, it's fine in a way. What I don't like is just if my car is a mess, if I got stuff that's unorganized. But I don't really have any want or need for anything. So overall, not bad. This person better turn on the lights. They're driving around without their lights on. That's another thing sometimes too. I saw it the other night. There was a cop parked out on the road, in the middle of the road. Somebody was coming with their lights off in another direction. I was like, oh shit, I wish I could turn around and see them get pulled over. Yeah, I don't like to take pleasure in the police, you know, pulling people over or anything. I believe the police, you know, a lot of what they do with drivers is unnecessary. Just the rules are unnecessary. They're overly, they target, you know, black and brown drivers and immigrant drivers and undocumented people. But, you know, in that moment, I can't help but want to see, oh, somebody's driving without their headlights on. Oh, that was close. Seeing them get pulled over. But I don't want to give into that feeling too much. Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people live in their vans. School buses don't want to pay rent, and they live over in all kinds of different national parks. I know America, the richest country in the world, have people living like that because we don't believe in just taking care of people. We believe in brutality and cruelty. And even though conservatives and Republicans, they pretend to say, oh, we're concerned about helping Americans. We don't want to help immigrants right now because we got to take care of our own. What's the difference between like like someone who's a different nationality and then an American? I don't get. They're saying, well, like, we have, how are they not our own? They're human beings. They're from some, like, if as if there's a difference between helping an American and helping a Honduran or a Guatemalan. These people are pathetic. And by the way, and then when you see their agenda for the country itself, they don't care about Americans. Their policy is die, like to make you die, to make sure you're so poor, to make sure you can't afford medical care, you can't afford a home, to make sure the rich get richer, the poor are exploited, everyone else has to survive, by their own means. The point is cruelty. Ban abortion, make sure women die, proper die. I'm going to try and just get out of here before I get reconnected again. I'm not interested in preparing meals at my mom's house. First of all, she's not around a lot. She's unreliable. I don't mean unreliable in that, she tells me one time and then isn't around that time, although that happens too with her. I just mean she's not around the home a lot, so I can't depend on her to do that. And I wouldn't want, screw that. Why would I waste time? I'm already living outside of a home, and now I have to go into a home to prepare food. Time's an issue. I'm not going to waste time doing that. But yeah, we basically, the conservative policy is, the strong survive and the well-connected survive and the rich and white survive, and everybody else can live in misery and be left to die alone. If you're too poor to own a home, you get to be homeless. And apparently people are still telling the ridiculous racist myth that I believed for a long time, that if you don't have a lot of money, if you don't have a good home, it's because you didn't work hard enough. It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. Some of the hardest working people I've ever seen are undocumented immigrants working 2 jobs, having to cash their checks because they can't deposit any money because rent is so expensive around here and all their bills are so expensive. And we don't bother legalizing them so they can actually have a legitimate means of making money, getting a car, of having car insurance, being be eligible for all kinds of being able to live openly, live to rely on networks of others to get jobs. They can, in other words, actually do things that we all take for granted. Start your own business. A lot of undocumented immigrants do, but that can make them more visible to others and to immigration, to ICE. Anyways, a lot of problems. Policy is just cruelty to others. That's basically what it is. I'm gonna get going. May as well get started on my work night. All the things I gotta do: study Spanish. My Spanish is coming along. Read my book on acting by Meisner, and I'm going to try and find some other place I can actually study at, or it's not like somewhere interesting. Yeah, Panera Bread is one. I don't know. I just don't want to spend money. That's all. Whoa. Is the video still going? Oh, okay. There we go. So I'll look that up and not just steadily save money, but I got to find something, always to do that's a little different, because it helps with the, break up the routine. Otherwise, it can be a little discouraging, just doing the same things and realizing I don't have a place to stay. Though it doesn't bother me much. Yep, same problem in Greece. Miss living in the USA. It's worse here. It sucks. Yeah, it's terrible. Start dumpster diving. Not a lot of play. I don't know if dumpster diving can be that successful around here. I'm sure it can, but you got to do a lot of looking around. Some places, they lock up their dumpsters with padlocks, and they're patrolled by security. So you can't. in some places. But I don't care. What am I going to dumpster dive for? I don't really even spend much money now other than food. I may as well go to Aldi and sometimes Walmart because Aldi doesn't have a big selection of stuff. So I need more Powerade bottles to go to the bathroom in. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.